Okay, so here I did a process. What is that process? First, under root, what is there? Under root, okay, under root, okay, inside root, what is there? X square minus 1. This should be greater than or equal to 0. I have taken. Understand? This should not be negative. Na? This inside part should not be negative. I need to find out x value. Na? X value I need to find out. So how to find x value? I know x square minus 1. Whatever x value you take, for that x value, x square minus 1 should be greater than positive or equal to 0. That means x square minus 1 should not be less than 0. Should not be less than 0. That means what? Greater than or equal to 0. All right. So this one I solved. One method is this way I solved. What is that? Again, you get x plus 1 into x minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So you take number line. This is minus 1 and this is plus 1. This is minus 1. This is plus 1. More than 1 if you take, na, more than 1 if you take, this positive into positive, positive only will get. In between, if you take in between minus 1 and 1, you will get negative. Negative you don't want. And minus 1, less than minus 1 if you take, minus 2, minus 3, very clearly you are seeing, na, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, it is positive only. So that is the reason I wrote this one. Minus infinity, 1 union, 1 to infinity. One to infinity. So that's what we are writing. So that is a way to do it. This is a way. So what is that? It should not, x should not be between minus 1 to 1. If it is between minus 1 to 1, then x square will become less than 1. Then this will be inside root, it will be negative. If it is negative inside the root, then it is f of x is not defined. F of x is not defined. But domain means what? F of x should be defined in R. So that is what. Okay, now we'll take next example, then we'll understand. Let's take f of x equal to, I wrote now here. Let's take simple example, x minus 2 into x minus 5. Let's take this one. So here, solution is what? What is the solution for? What is the domain? Domain is what is the question. This is irrational function, its domain. How to find its domain? So first thing what I'm saying is inside part, whatever is there inside, that part should be greater than or equal to 0. If it is less than 0, inside part is less than 0, under root of negative is not defined. If it has to be defined, f of x has to be defined, means inside whatever is there, that should be positive or 0. If it is inside this x minus 2, x minus 5, value should be positive or equal to 0. It should not be negative, that means. So now, how do you solve this one? There is a process to solve this one. Take number line, take its roots. One is 2. Another is 5. Take its roots. Yeah. Take its roots. Then you take more than 5. If you take more than 5, what will happen? More than 5 means what? This is only positive. More than 5 means this is obviously positive. 6. Positive into positive, positive only. Na? That means here expression value is positive. You take in between 5. That means less than 5. Less than 5 means what? Some 4 or 3 you take that. If you take now, this is negative, this is positive. More than 2, less than 5. That is negative. Expression value is negative. You take 4, will not satisfy this equation. 4 will not satisfy this inequation. This is called inequation. So then less than 2 you take, that is 1, 0. You take like this, 1, 0, minus 1 you take. So negative into negative. Na? Less than 2 means this is negative. This is obviously negative. If you take 1, this is negative into negative, positive. In this case, you get positive. So therefore, what is the answer? What we want to answer? X value should be from minus infinity to 2 closed union 5 to infinity. 5 to infinity. Hope you got it. This is 5 to infinity. Oh, simple one. Very simple. You have to understand this. Okay, now let's go to next example. What is that next example? Okay, I gave you like this now. So this is how you have to solve. Okay, this is how you have to solve. Okay, now let's take next example I am taking here. What is that next example? Let's say minus x square plus 3x minus 2. Minus 2. This is what I am taking next example. If I take this example, how do you find domain for this? First step I told, in the first step what you should do is minus x square plus 3x minus 2. This is under root. Whatever is there under root, that has to be positive, greater than 0. Okay, here very important principle you see. Now 2 is greater than 0. Everybody knows. If I multiply minus, then what will happen? Minus 2 becomes less than 0. Sign will change. If I multiply, positive becomes negative. Okay, now what will happen? Now here, this is positive or greater than or equal to 0, positive or equal to 0. Now what I should do? Here minus, I need to remove this minus to factorize. So to remove minus, I have to multiply minus. One more minus I am multiplying. If I multiply one more minus, then this greater becomes less than or equal to 0. Why? I told here. This positive, this is actually positive number it seems. If this has to be positive, if I multiply negative number, it will become negative. That is a property. Okay, so then what will happen? X square minus 3x plus 2 is less than or equal to 0. I want this has to be positive. If I multiply, it has to be negative. Very simple. This has to be positive. If I multiply negative, what will happen? Sign will change. Now this one, what will happen? X minus 1 into x minus 2. This has to be less than or equal to 0. Less than means lies between the roots. What are the roots? 1 comma 2. Okay, less than means now already we discussed. More than 2 means it is positive. Here in between it is negative. Why? Less than 2, greater than 1. Na? Greater than 1 means it is positive. Less than 2 means it's negative. Like you put here 1.5. 1.5 if you put now, this is positive and this is negative. You are getting negative. Now less than 1, that is 0, 2, negative into negative, this is also positive. Less than 1 if you put, this also negative, this also negative. So this is how you should find. So that means x belongs to what? 1. Okay, 1 to 2, between 1 to 2. Between 1 to 2. So between 1 to 2, you are going to get your domain. Your domain is 1 to 2. Okay, now let's take the next formula. What is that? Number 1. So x minus alpha into x minus beta greater than or equal to 0. What is the solution for this? Greater than means what is the solution? See here. This is, let's say, where alpha less than beta, let's take. So this is alpha, this is beta. Now more than this, now if you take this positive you get, then in between what you get? Negative you get. In here you get what? Positive you get. So what you get here? X belongs to minus infinity to alpha union closed alpha union what you get? Beta to infinity is what you get. Now whereas now only I told x minus alpha into x minus beta, let's say this is less than or equal to 0. What you get here? Less than means what? Here these are only it is there. Less than means lies between the roots alpha beta. So now 3. Now if at all you say x minus alpha and x minus beta, if at all only greater than 0, what's the solution? Only greater than 0, equal to 0 I don't want. That means alpha beta should be excluded. Minus infinity to alpha union beta to infinity. And 4, x minus alpha into x minus beta should be less than 0, let us say. This is what you get. X belongs to lies between the roots, excluding the roots, because equal to I don't want. These are the 4 formulas you must learn. Okay, so for example, I'm giving, for example, let's say here I have this 1 by under root of, somebody asked this one, under root of x minus 1 into x minus 2 I have. So its domain I need to find out. Domain I need to find out. For this I need to find out the domain. So how do you find its domain? First thing is here to find out the domain. Number 1 is it is in the denominator. Under root means x minus 1, x minus 2. Under root means it should be x minus 1, x minus 2. It should be greater than 0. Under root means it should be greater than 0. It should not be equal to 0. Why? It is in the denominator. 2 conditions you need to apply. Denominator, therefore, not equal to 0. And under root, therefore, it cannot be negative. It cannot be negative. It cannot be 0. So only positive. So only positive means what you should do? Only positive means what? Like this. Only positive means like this. This is 1, this is 2. So more than 2 positive, in between negative, less than 2 positive. So positive means x belongs to what you should write? Minus infinity to 1 open. 1 is not included. 2 to infinity. Like this you have to do. Hope you got it. Okay, then next let's take another example. What I have? F of x equal to, let's take this one. Just a minute. Yeah. So let's take f of x equal to, I'm taking like this, under root of x minus 3 into 5 minus x I am taking. If I take like this, it's in the denominator. Because it's in the denominator, x minus 3 into 5 minus x, because it is in the denominator, it should not be 0. Actually, it is under root is there, therefore greater than or equal to 0. Either greater than 0 or equal to 0, but equal to you should not take in this case because it's in the denominator. If it is 0, undefined. If it is negative, undefined. Therefore, it should not be 0, it should not be less. Therefore, only greater than 0. So now what I should do here, in this case, here 5 minus x is there. For this, I want to multiply one negative sign. If I multiply minus of 5 minus x into x minus 3. If I multiply minus, then what will happen? This will be less than 0. If I multiply here, this becomes x minus 3. For this, I am multiplying minus. This is x minus 5. This is less than 0. So then less than 0 means what? Lies between the roots. Directly you can write. So this is 3 and this is 5. So this is more than 5, positive. In between 5 and 3, negative. This is positive. This is negative. So I am writing this is below x-axis means negative, above x-axis means positive. So what is the solution here? X belongs to open 3 to 5. X belongs to open 3 to 5. Hope you understand. Okay. So then